Let's talk about the streaming wars today. A big announcement. My friend Ludwig went to YouTube. And that means the war has just begun. And what makes this one of the biggest pickups in streaming history is that Ludwig Ogren is a streamer's streamer. And I will say this with all sincerity. Almost every streamer that I know across Twitch, whether you're Minecrafters or OTV or OTK, every different group knows Ludwig. They like Ludwig. And the thing that YouTube gaming needs most is legitimacy. Once Ludwig has done it, it makes it just makes it feel so much more possible and safe to give YouTube a try. He is a streamer's streamer. He's an influencer's influencer. That is one of his superpowers because his content's dog shit. And I think that Twitch, in their narrow-minded focus on numbers and stats and how much this might hurt them in the short term, didn't foresee that outcome. Ludwig is worth much more than just his numbers would say. Second thing they got in the Ludwig deal is a man called Otto. Automated is just a young genius who moves faster than entire teams of development people that I've seen. And as someone who worked, at Twitch, for example, and saw dev teams take months to make a product that was bad, seeing Otto create something like that that's better in weeks is stunning and phenomenal. He is a rare 10x engineer. Facebook Gaming, with the worst logo in history, launched in 2018. I just wanted to call out that they had the worst launch tweet ever. Launch announcement. We know you waited patiently. Well, folks, the day has come. We're launching Farmville in VR. JK, sorry, kind mobs of Twitter, don't add us. We're actually launching the Facebook Gaming app on Google Play. Download now. My mind wants to scroll past it every time I see it. It's like made of oil, and I can't land on it. My eyes will not land on it. And after early 2018, that is when all the combatants had shown up and the war began. Beginning with probably Ninja and Drake, kicking off every single person who didn't know shit about gaming or streaming was like, oh, I have to know about this. And all of a sudden, we enter what I'm calling the moneybags era, 2019 to 2020. Kicking off with this hero. God bless Ninja for making that move, because now all platforms have to put a dollar amount on streamers. So literally, people are paying me and all my friends to do what we're going to do anyway for the next 2-3 years of our lives, just because. Ninja was a hero if you were already a big creator in these years. Shroud and Ninja's deals were by far the highest. And do you want to know why they were so high? Because those type of numbers don't work. Like at all. They didn't understand how this market worked. And it was assumed that if you bought the biggest people, their audience would transfer over. By mid-2020, we enter what I call the poorhouse years. This is late 2020 to early 2021. Because every single exec started to realize that the numbers weren't changing. And most importantly, out of all this, is Twitch realized it. The streaming wars are over. We won. So Twitch started to get real fucking stingy. Twitch started to get real tight with the purse strings. Once they realized that a streamer couldn't really abandon ship and take their audience with them, Twitch is like, we're not paying you shit. And around the same time, Mixer implodes and dies. So that's another big spending competitor in Microsoft that's off the books. If you start to blow up in that era, you're not making any money. Instead of getting massively paid like Poki, you're getting nothing. Some streamers start to take deals that are less than this, but still good, to go to YouTube. Lupo, Tim the Tatman, because Twitch is offering them nothing but more of the same. Twitch contracts in this period are like, there's no flat fee, there's no bonus. It's like, hey, we'll give you a better sub split. And then recently, they hit on something. This was a new development. When they brought over these two, it started to realize that if you get not just one streamer, but their group, you can start to pull over the audience. So they went for somebody who's connected to every group on Twitch. Let's talk about where we are now. Total hours watched, I think this number is a bit cap. This is a bit cap because Facebook Gaming is not bigger than YouTube Gaming Live. Facebook numbers are generally bullshit. Facebook has been known to lie. And this is one of the reasons why when people leave Twitch, it doesn't hurt Twitch. If you're like a person who's like, tomorrow I'm going to start streaming, there is a 9 in 10 chance you will stream on Twitch. There is a 9 in 10 chance that every new streamer is going to be a Twitch streamer. And that means you only go to these platforms when you're already big, which is not a way to build a service. And that means like if anyone leaves Twitch, there is a ton of hungry, young content creators who've been hustling that are ready to take their primes. I know a lot of people in this very chat have watched like Ludwig's videos on how to stream and have given it a shot. He's the type of person that can get someone to try out streaming. And that is what they need more than anything. Again, Twitch's strategy is kind of predatory and it's like, we're not going to pay you shit, but I don't blame them for good business. They can do that if it works. But in Ludwig's case, I think it was a mistake. I think it was a big mistake. I think they just looked at his numbers and said, you know, you're big, but we can handle it. What they don't realize is his influence on up-and-coming creators, other big creators, other mid-sized creators. People look up to Ludwig. I want to talk about where we're going next with the streaming wars because now things are heating up again. So I put this in question marks, but I think we're entering into a new era. YouTube has shown they're going to continue to spend money and they're going to continue with their new strategy of grabbing groups. Imagine they got not just Mizkif, but OTK. Imagine they got not just Pokemon, but OTV. Those things have power because that brings an entire ecosystem of people collabing with each other. And the collaboration meta is sort of where live streaming has gone to anyway. I'd switch over for Poki. Okay, cool, man. I didn't ask. Well, I'm glad. Facebook's a non-factor. Mixer's dead. No one else is coming up. The war is essentially won by Twitch until now. And I think the streaming war is now gone past the sticks and stones era. It's gone past the guns era. And we are now in the nuclear bomb era. This is what each platform has to defend itself in this final stages of the war. Number one, most important, one of the biggest, Twitch Prime. Twitch Prime is an absolute nuke because it's so much free money sloshing around for creators to pick up. On YouTube side, better tech and specifically the ability to rewind live broadcasts. It has a seamless live experience. It is extremely valuable, and the fact that Twitch hasn't caught up to it is crazy. Do you guys remember when Netflix used to be like, first of it was like a DVD mail shipping company, and then when it became a streaming service, it didn't make any of its own content. Do you guys remember that? Ted Sarandos said, the goal is to become HBO faster than HBO can become us. This is like one of the greatest business quotes ever. In 2013, Netflix was just a streaming service for other people's content, and they realized that the thing HBO is great at is making great, compelling content that gets you to subscribe. So he's like, we need to learn how to do that before HBO realizes that streaming is the future and makes their own streaming service. And they did. And now it's become the majority of their business. I want to use that same paradigm here. Twitch needs to become YouTube faster than YouTube can become Twitch. Whoever steals the other side's nuclear bombs first is going to win this war. That is my opinion. You have to do these things first. Whoever does them first is going to be in a major advantage. Next up, more people. Nuclear bomb of YouTube is that the size of YouTube is so much bigger. Twitch has like a certain subset of gamers and a certain subset of hyper online people. And it's big, but it needs to be a lot bigger. One of my big predictions that I'd like to drop here is that there is a very real possibility that a company comes along that is not Twitch or YouTube and makes it very easy to live stream and just blows up both these companies. And it's not about gaming at all. If you are someone, like you're a celebrity, right now they use like Instagram Live. If you're who's not a gamer, they use IG Live, which is a pretty whack experience. And Twitch needs more normies, to be honest. The next over here I have is drops. Twitch's drops is so incentivizing for big developers to focus only on Twitch. When Valorant launched, they focused all of their interest and marketing and launch on Twitch because they were able to do drops and dominate the conversation. Viewers follow them religiously. Drops are a great way to drive attention, viewership, interest in a game. Then the culture, and this is a massive one. And this is the one that Otto and Ludwig might be able to help solve. The chat, the community, the emotes, the way it feels, the way it looks. Yeah, the Poggies. Poggy, that's us. Yeah, chat, that's you. You're the nuclear bomb. This is like these three things, I think, are what keeps Twitch in the lead. And if YouTube can crack these three things, There's nothing left holding someone on Twitch, I don't think. These two are easier to copy. This is very tough for them to crack. And then finally, for YouTube, the last thing they have is VOD. Easy access to VOD. If you want to watch a YouTube VOD, you can watch it the second it's done in perfect quality. If you want to watch a Twitch VOD, it is a problem. But that should be overcomable. Twitch can have better VODs. That's what they got to crack. If they crack these problems, Twitch stays on top. We've seen in the history of the internet that when new media formats come out, usually only one company wins, okay? For images, it's Instagram. For short form videos, it's TikTok. For disappearing messages, it's Snapchat. For writing racist rants, it's Facebook. Once you get a certain amount of market share, you're sort of a colossal snowball that can't be stopped. Live streaming is clearly becoming that important. It's starting to infiltrate normie culture. It's starting to get bigger, and it's going to be a major way we consume content for the next 5-6 years. And so they want to win this war. And Twitch thinks they've already won, but I think YouTube has a chance if they do these things right. I watched Mizkif stream today, and I figured he could help us explain what's going on. First, I found this amazing metaphor by him.
These streamers, like me, XCC, etc., we kind of got, we're on Twitch, you know what I mean? And no one else was giving us offers. So what happens when you don't get offers, right? If I only have one option to buy a bagel, and I need the bagel, I'll pay whatever, or I'll do whatever. That made no sense.
That man loves bagels, bro. Then Mizkif brought some real knowledge, okay? Sometimes I'll talk your ear off, okay, with my own thoughts and opinions. But Mizkif likes to quote the great philosophers.
Donald Trump's always said, what is it? Fucking competition breeds excellence. And that's exactly what's happening here.
That's not a Trump quote. And then Mizkif says something that's really wise.
Oh, some of them will definitely disperse into, I think Atrioc is going to do well from now on.
I'm at 8.5K viewers, bitch. Tune in tomorrow when I have 1.2 playing Age of Empires 4 Molding.